Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In front of the monument plaque honoring Tom and Alice Horton in Horton Town Square, Johnny put a brand new engagement ring on Chanel's finger. It was a blue diamond surrounded by Venetian glass in memory of the couple's time in Italy, Johnny said as Chanel opened her eyes. The ring had originally belonged to Elizabeth Taylor, according to Johnny, who also mentioned that he wanted to make sure it was as distinctive and exquisite as Chanel. According to Chanel, everything was ideal. Here we have a plaque of one of the founding couples of Salem in front of this tree. Before she and Johnny shared a kiss, Chanel murmured softly, "I hope our love lasts as long as Tom and Alice's did." To meet Paulina, Johnny and Chanel go to the mayor's office. After mentioning Paulina's recent cancer diagnosis, Johnny offered his condolences, but Paulina stayed composed and gave Chanel and Johnny joyful hugs. Chanel made an effort to draw Paulina's attention to her engagement ring. "Holy shit, I take mushrooms." When Paulina eventually saw the ring, she cried out. The announcement of Johnny and Chanel's engagement filled Paulina with joy, and she claimed that nothing could make her feel better. Paulina eagerly started assisting with the wedding planning after learning that Johnny and Chanel intended to tie the knot on Valentine's Day. When Paulina's oncologist called, she had already begun to phone Abe to share the news of the engagement. Paulina stated at the end of the call that the hospital could only operate on her as soon as 2 months from now. Paulina declined Johnny's offer to make some calls on her behalf. Paulina went on to say that the occasion demanded a party. Chanel, Johnny, and Paulina left the office together. Stephanie collaborated with Wendy and Tripp on concepts for Wendy's scavenger hunt project in their flat. Stephanie asked Tripp whether he was concerned about Ava while he was preoccupied. Shortly after Stephanie's departure, Wendy requested permission from Tripp to assist Ava alongside him. Tripp bemoaned Ava's history as a member of the Vitali crime family and claimed that she was to blame for several deaths. Wendy claimed to adore Tripp and reminded him that he had no direct involvement in Ava's previous interactions with the mob. Tripp admitted that he too loved Wendy, but he lamented having baggage because he was Ava's son. Wendy drew Tripp in for a kiss, surprising him as he babbled about his concern for Wendy's safety. As they made their way to the bedroom to make love, Tripp embraced Wendy. Everett was typing his letter of resignation at the Spectator when Chad came in. Everett claimed that when Chad decided to join the newspaper, he didn't sign up for the decision to drop the story about the Salem drug trafficking organization in order to protect a member of his family. Everett was accused by Chad of overreacting. When Chad claimed that family members should be given a modicum of loyalty, even if it meant sacrificing the truth, Everett fiercely retaliated. "No. If not, your newspaper is not objective. Chad, there must be a distinct demarcation. I know that, and so do you." With conviction, Everett stated, "And God knows we've seen what selective reporting has done to this country." Everett stated that he would only remain if Chad consented to prevent the DeMaras from influencing any upcoming stories. Chad gave in and accepted Everett's demands. The two men exchanged handshakes. Chad soon found out that earlier in the week, Everett had dinner with Stephanie. It had been a last-minute thing, Everett said, downplaying the importance of the event. Regardless of the outcome of Stephanie and Everett's relationship, Chad expressed his best wishes for the two of them. Everett departed on a tip he had received when Stephanie came in. Stephanie and Chad reaffirmed that they would hold a particular place in each other's hearts forever. Rafe and Harris went into the interrogation room at the Salem police station to ask questions of Ava and Stefan. Sloan trailed after them. Harris encouraged Ava and Stefan to inform the police of their knowledge of Clyde's involvement, stating that he had grounds to suspect that Statesville was being used as a conduit for the Salem drug ring. Harris supplied visiting logs that demonstrated that over the previous few months, Stefan and Ava had made multiple visits to Clyde at the penitentiary. When Stefan claimed to have gone to confront Clyde for Abigail's murder, he was lying. Everyone was taken aback by Ava's statement. "Are you curious as to why I was there? Clyde attempted to murder my son. He also implied that he would succeed if I didn't cooperate with him. So, yes, Ava answered, I went to the prison to tell him that I would not do it. Clyde had threatened Trip, but Ava said she had persuaded him to change his mind. Ava was lying, Harris stated firmly. Sloane gave Harris a sigh to back off. When Rafe announced that Stefan and Ava may go, everyone was taken aback. Ava demanded that she have a private conversation with Harris. When Harris was by himself in the interrogation room, he assured Ava that their feelings for each other had been genuine. Harris begged Ava to be honest with him about her relationship with Clyde, and he assured her that he would keep her safe. Because you are loved. Look, I love you, Harris stated quietly, though it's possible you already knew. You had better stop immediately. You'd best find a way to move past this, Ava started, but Harris interrupted her with a kiss. Ava leaned into the kiss, her hand on the back of Harris's neck. Everett cautioned Stefan outside the police station lobby that he would not abandon his investigation into the drug ring. It would be wise for Stefan to speak with Everett, he added. At that moment, the two men were startled to hear a disturbance coming from inside the questioning room. Ava yelled, "You son of a bitch," before Stefan and Everett heard someone slap them. When Ava admitted to slapping Harris, Rafe, Stefan, Sloane, and Everett hurried into the interrogation room. Rafe was told to take control of his cops by Sloane. Rafe inquired as to whether Ava would like to lodge a complaint. Ava declined, stating that her main goal was to get out. Stefan, Sloane, Everett, and Ava departed the room. When they were alone, Rafe said to Harris, "What the hell, man?" Stephanie went to hang out with Jada and Rafe at the pub. "So, who is this lucky new client?" Jada inquired. "It's the bistro, whose business was badly hurt by that drug raid. They hired me to try to do some damage control," Stephanie said. Rafe claimed that the town's drug problems were another reason he was late. "No shop talk tonight," indicated Rafe. Stephanie and Jada concurred. "Let's keep it to embarrassing personal stuff," Jada replied. "Rafe could like more manly subjects," Stephanie joked. "I feel completely at ease discussing my emotions. Even ones that are embarrassing and personal," Rafe remarked. Jada inquired as to whether Stephanie was still abstaining from males. "Why are we starting off with embarrassing me? Mock shock?" Stephanie asked. Stephanie was promised the opportunity to humiliate them next by Jada. Stephanie attested to the fact that she was single. Rafe observed, "I sensed a slight hesitation." According to Stephanie, working with two of her ex-boyfriends made it difficult to swear off men. Stephanie responded that the second man was the one she had dated in Seattle when Jada inquired about him. "I had no idea that you had previously resided in Seattle." "For a few years, I also lived out there," Jada remarked. Stephanie shook her head and bemoaned the fact that they had never met before so they could offer each other sympathy. A toast was made by Jada to not needing shoulders to cry on.